Surprisingly, people liked my sophomore um, attempt at drama critique from our newspaper at Binghamton University, The Pipe Dream. These were written and not run, and well, they deserve not to be run, as quite harsh critiques on, after all, amateur theatrics at the college. The last one I did was Sartre's No Exit, and I threw it out there just for fun, but people liked it, so I found one other. I think I only wrote two ever. This is a critical review of The Bald Soprano, performance in Studio A. Bald Soprano, or Cantatrice Chauve, was written by Eugene Ionesco, the Romanian who wrote in French, indeed was adopted into the Académie Française, and he wrote sort of theater of the absurd. So the main problem was with, the production was quite unprofessional and particularly poorly directed, having as its sole merit the mere fact that it didn't take itself too seriously. The main problem was with staging. Studio A, with seating on three sides, always presents problems, or an advantage. The surrounding audience has, on occasion, been well integrated into performances. On this occasion, the audience was excluded. The four characters were seated in a circular fashion, so that two must have their backs to the audience in all times. In the original version at the Théâtre de la Huchette in Paris, where this play or anti-play has been playing for 40 years now, two couches were placed adjacent to one another, facing the audience. This would have been a preferable arrangement for this production. Half the lines were lost due to the configuration and due to actors' poor diction, lack of volume, and attempts at lamentable British accents. They would have done well to slow things down as well, particularly towards the end during IONESCO's critique of language. They should perhaps be credited for remembering all the complicated, unconnected lines, but to what good, since they were lost to the audience? One bright spot among the poor acting was that of Elsie in the role of Mrs. Martin. Her attempt at feigning a British accent was only slightly apparent, but her pronunciation and interpretation was excellent. SF was abominable in her role as the fire chief. She struggled to keep her fire hat on her head during the entire scene. Visibly distracted, as was everyone, audience included. Her refusal to deal with the situation, which I'm told was repeated in subsequent nights, ruined the scene completely, showing the importance of the most minute details to acting, and also the need to be in the moment. The audience wished that she would do as she said, "I'd like to take off my hat, but I couldn't sit down," instead of doing the reverse, as Ionesco wished. Indeed, that would have been more in the spirit of Ionesco, who enjoyed the unexpected greatly. The title was taken from an actor's error in a rehearsal. No bald sopranos appear in the entire play, when the actor blurted out the words when he was unable to remember his lines. Ionesco loved it and wrote it in. So should SF written in "remove hat." But this silly little plastic children's toy fire hat is perhaps also a symbol of the sole merit of this production. It doesn't make the mistake, as does much amateur theater, of taking itself too seriously. The actors hammed it up much more than the original production and seemed to have fun. At least somebody did. Okay, again, forgive me for my sophomore cruelty. So I did see the original when it was had been a continuous running at Théâtre de la Huchette when I studied abroad in Paris at the Sorbonne, my junior year of college, and it was fabulous. And we used to hang out in Rue de la Huchette, which is in the Latin Quarter anyway. We had our favorite Egyptian sandwich, the carved rotisserie, what do they call them, shawarma sandwiches, place right nearby. And they also had an amazing Tunisian bakery. Yes, so the play was written, Ionesco was learning English, and he was amazed at the ridiculous practice conversations in the English textbook. So that is a big inspiration for some of the dialogue of the play. Oh, how curious, how curious. Including lines like, "I'll take off my hat and sit down," when they don't take off their hat and do sit, but I won't sit down. They do take off their hat and do sit down. Absurdities of that nature. What else can I say about it? Forgive me for being a little harsh back then, but we all have to go through that phase, I guess. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this one as well, and hope if you ever get a chance to see the Cantatrice Chauve, Bald Soprano, that you will, or anything by Ionesco, He wrote Chairs. He wrote Rhinoceros, which is amazing, sort of allegory for what do you call that? Fascism? Oh yeah, fascism. One of the most amazing. Talk about amateur theatrics. One of the most. I've seen, Molière at the Comédie Française, and I've seen Broadway and Les Mis. But one of the most amazing theatrical experiences I ever had was an amateur production, indeed in a warehouse where some sort of creative commune had their art squat. I saw the most amazing production of Rhinoceroses. I mean, the actor was foaming. It was stunning. It was, life changing. So either my standards have mellowed quite a bit, or perhaps that particular attempt at IONESCO in Binghamton University back in early 1990s, there wasn't the best. But praise to them for putting on such an interesting show as IONESCO's Bald Soprano. So for that choice of that play alone and my chance to see it done, I must be grateful to them. And by the way, when it was presented in Théâtre Clochette, it was paired with another play of IONESCO's called The Lesson, which is also funny and absurd, but with a tinge of menace. Sort of puts me in mind of Harold Pinter's work. All right, I could go on and on when you get me talking about theater, but that'll be that for those for those cruel criticisms, because I don't think I have any more to be found in the archives. So hope you enjoyed them. Later. Please, if you do enjoy any of this, what do they do? Subscribe, share, comment, have a parade, take on a billboard, send me some performance art.